The English football club Manchester United is suing Sega, a PT-inspired horror website, and Terminator 2. Look forward to that and more in whatever this is. Hello, and welcome to whatever this is. My name is Gary Clark, and today is the 25th of May, 2020, and how many stories do we have today? 1 2/4. Sega is being sued by Manchester United, the English football club. And this story is being published by The Guardian. Unfortunately, I could not find who the writer was. The Premier League football club, Manchester United, has filed a lawsuit against Sega, the publisher, and Sports Interactive, the developer of the popular Football Manager series. Now, the football club is unhappy with how its name, badge, and overall trademark has been used in the game without its consent. Now, according to The Guardian, Manchester United's attorney is also seeking to add player-made mods to the lawsuit, claiming that Sega and Sports Interactive encourage players to use them to recreate clubs in the game. Now, in a counter-argument, Sega claims that the lawsuit filed by Manchester United intends to prevent legitimate competition in the video games field by preventing parties not licensed by the claimant from using the name of the Manchester United football team within such games. Now, it's also arguing the validity of a lawsuit that prevents the use of a name like Manchester United in any context without the authority of the trademark holder. Now, Sega have questioned in the lawsuit, as well as most people who hear about this story, why for God's sake they haven't brought this up since 1992 when they were first in the series. Now, Sega also mentions how Sports Interactive, the developer of the game, has sent copies to officials and players at the club, while the club also shared the game and information across its many social media channels without any issue. Now, Tom is also wondering. Isn't that right, Tom? See? Now, the current Manchester United coach, just let me get this name right, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, has spoken openly about how he started playing Football Manager when he was a player at the club, and it even helped perfect his own tactics. Now, here's a quote from one of his tweets. Now, I found these quotes from a Eurogamer article who were also mentioning this. This is by Wesley Yin Poole. "It's a fantastic game. I have learned a lot about football from it," Solskjaer said back in 2013. "I remember thinking the same then, that I do as a manager. You want to give young guns the chance and see them develop. Many of my players play FIFA and Football Manager. I think it helps them to understand football better." You think so, Solskjaer? You think so? Now, the proceedings have only passed a preliminary hearing at the moment, and a ruling still needs to be made on the additional claims made by Manchester United about the trademark infringement. From reading about the story and knowing how these usually go about trademark, one of two things is going to happen, which is, one, they will actually go to court, and I would have to guess that they don't really have a leg to stand on, and they're most likely going to lose it. Or two, they get the name removed from the game, and they get other titles such as PES or Pro Evolution Soccer have just called them stuff like the Red Devil or Red Team and other games like that, where you just say red something and you don't even have to deal with them. Story number 1 1/4. This is a story by Rebecca Valentine that I'm going to put down in the description, the title, at gamesindustry.biz. And this article is about a website that took the inspiration from PT, the Kojima game, back in 2015, I think. And it adds the idea of it being a PT, a playable teaser, as it once was. And using this, they took a website and have people being able to use the website to put up their own teasers for a game and hopefully get funding for it. I think it's a really cool story and really cool idea, and I encourage you to check it out. This is more a recommended reading. Story number 1 2/4 or a half. The less I say about this story, the better. This is about a console in Bulgaria called the Terminator 2. Yes, the Terminator 2 that plays NES games. Please check it out over at Eurogamer.net. And this article was by Robert Purchase over at Eurogamer.net. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Gary Clark, and this has been whatever this is. If you have any advice or suggestions, feel free to leave them down in a comment below, or just get in contact with me in any of the socials that you can find in the description. Also, I take any criticism or any feedback, because the more I learn about this, the more I can make a better product for you, and of course have more fun for myself, and we can get engaged. It's a big commitment. I'm too young to get engaged. I think I'm actually getting very, very close after brainstorming with a friend about a name for the show. If you have a better one, please let me know. But I'm gonna try and see if I can work with one of those and make some maybe promotional art and see how they look. But if you have any more suggestions to try and blow that out of the water, go ahead. He loves competition. Thank you for listening. I've been Gary Clark. Stay safe and stay aware. Goodbye.